Top 7 Strangest Plants on Earth. There are always interesting things around us that you may not know. Are there any plants so dangerous that just touching them can be life-threatening? Is there a tree that can last up to 3,000 years? What plant has such a terrible smell that no one dares to smell? Let's explore the 7 strangest plant species on the planet in this video with us. Number 1. Welwitschia mirabilis. This plant, which grows in the arid Namib Desert of South Africa, has only 2 leaves but is said to live up to 3,000 years. Cypress is a low woody shrub, usually less than a meter tall, that is considered one of the ugliest trees in the world. Despite its seemingly simple structure, the cypress tree is distinguished by its 2 large leaves that extend throughout its life cycle. This plant can withstand extreme arid conditions in areas with an average rainfall of 100 mm per year and even years without a drop of rain. The oldest surviving cypress tree is about 2,000 years old, therefore it is nicknamed the quote, living fossil. The secret to the survival of the cypress tree lies in the pair of strange leaves. Thanks to the thick, broad leaves that cover the surrounding ground, the plant is able to keep the ground cooler and wetter, allowing it to survive extreme temperatures. Due to living in arid environments, plants absorb water in the form of dew. Leaves can absorb moisture from fog. The stomata underneath the leaves open during foggy conditions and close when it's hot. Number 2. Manchineel tree. This plant is native to tropical areas such as the Caribbean, Mexico, Central America, and South America. The Guinness Book of World Records has listed this tree as the most dangerous tree on the planet. Because of its toxic nature, which causes pain and even death, it is often called a tree of death to warn people to stay away from this plant. This plant is green and grows up to 15 meters tall. The fruit of this tree gives off a pleasant aroma and looks like an apple, but the inside contains extremely toxic substances. Just a single bite can cause pain and even death. The fruit of the tree has been dubbed the quote, fatal charm, but this is not all the poison of this plant. In the leaves, twigs, and bark, there is milky sap that is so irritating to the skin that even just a light swipe can cause allergies, rashes, headaches, and acute dermatitis. If you accidentally step on a branch or leaf, you will immediately smell the pungent smell of tree sap, along with an itchy feeling and skin wounds that can last for 2 weeks. If anyone accidentally chooses a tree as a shelter from the rain, every drop of water falling from the tree will be like a drop of acid that can burn their skin and burn their flesh immediately. Even when given first aid, if you use water to wash away the plastic and burns on the skin, it will not only be ineffective but also make the situation worse. Number 3. Hydnora africana. If anyone looks at this strange plant for the first time, they will probably think that it is a plant from a planet other than Earth. This strange plant mainly lives in South Africa and hides deep underground. Only when it's time to flower can we see its flower shape. Colored like raw flesh, these eccentric flowers also give off dung-like quote scents that attract scavengers, but they don't kill their prey. Just keep them on until the flower is dead, mature. It is this fragrance that helps the plant survive in such harsh conditions. The interesting thing about this flower is how they use pollinators by quote bribing food, which is the prey part inside each sepal. After eating the bait, the beetle will continue to eat pollen and stigma by burrowing down the flower tube without knowing that it has been tricked. This quote accidentally keeps the bug inside the flower long enough for its body to become covered with pollen or accidentally pollinate the plant. After a few days of capturing the intruder, the flowers will then open to release the beetle to help spread pollen to other individuals in the area. Number 4. Pitcher plants. The pitcher plant is often called a graceful killer in nature because of its colorful appearance and use of sweet nectar as bait to attract insects and small animals. This is a unique way of hunting that helps this plant survive in arid or swampy areas with insufficient nutrients. The inside of the water bottle secretes mucus that attracts and digests insects. When insects fly into the jar, the mouth of the jar will close and the mucus in it will stick to the wings and legs of the insect. This makes them unable to fly and is gradually digested by plant juices. Many people mistakenly believe that the pot lid is the flower of the plant. However, because the tree lives on the large old trees in the deep forest, the roots do not provide enough nutrients, so the leaves change into a worm form. The pitcher plant is always sparkling with lovely vases. Not only will it beautify the garden more vividly, but planting a few pitcher plants will help reduce ants and aphids effectively. Number 5. Venus flytrap. This is a carnivorous plant that grows in the marshy areas of North and South Carolina, USA. It is also known as the flytrap plant because of its oddly shaped leaves. The edges of the leaves have sharp spines that look like fingers and are very sensitive. Anything that touches the thorns will close the leaves in less than a second, like a trap. When prey falls into the trap, the plant secretes digestive juices that turn it into nutrients for the plant. Digestion takes about 5 to 12 days. The trap will then open, continuing the process of attracting insects. However, each trap only catches about 3 preys, and then they will wilt and rot, falling off like ordinary leaves. The soft flesh of the insect will be completely digested. The hard shell will be blown away by the wind or washed away by the rain when the trap is opened. It preys mainly insects, flies, spiders, and bees. If the subject is not food, the trap will reopen in about 12 hours and spit it out. Number 6. Corpse flower. It is the largest flower in the world and probably the worst smelling plant on the planet. People call it the corpse flower because of its characteristic stench and because it is unique. This giant flower blooms in November. The flower can be 1.8 to 3 meters tall. Corpse flowers usually only grow in the wild, found in abundance in the equatorial rainforest of Sumatra, Indonesia. Plants usually need 5 to 10 years of growth before first blooming. After initial blooming, some plants may not bloom again for 7 to 10 years, while others may bloom every 2 to 3 years. Therefore, this flower is said to be very rare. The corpse flower plant is a perennial plant that can live up to 40 years in the wild. The destruction of tropical forests, overexploitation of the wild, and lack of natural pollinators are responsible for the sharp decline in the number of this flower. Number 7. Taka chantrieri. The black bat flower usually lives in West Africa and Southeast Asia. The plant can reach a height of 50 to 70 centimeters. Flowers are hermaphroditic, dark purple, and appear in clusters. The flowers, when in bloom, can grow to more than 30 centimeters in length, with tassels up to more than 70 centimeters long. Berries are purple and elliptical. This is a beautiful flower with a rather special shape and many similarities to bats with large black teeth. The scientific name of the bat flower is Taka chantrieri. Although it has such a strange shape, the bat flower is a favorite of many people. In South America, people consider this a noble flower because of its beauty. That is the information about 7 strange plants on the planet. Do you know any other strange plants? Leave your comment below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Goodbye for now and see you in the next videos.